it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Corey Grant, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Pirine to begin the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And what a return. He's all the way down to the 30.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They will run with Grant, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Murray. There goes a deep ball. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. In for the score. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there, but the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Here's Piron. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
Now Piron. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. It's Grant. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And a cutback right sideline. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 74 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down.
He's checking. Crash.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. It's Grant, able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Murray now to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Second and goal from the 1. Here's Murray. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's third. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there've got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Coming to you.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 45-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. This one caught by Isabella. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Murray from midfield. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check, 43.
Inside.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17.
Make no mistake about it, that's a really dangerous place to run that play. But the way that they're spreading the defense horizontally, you've got to think that as the game goes on, they'll find opportunities vertically downfield as well.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
This is Grant. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Murray with a 3rd and long. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nope. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. On 1st down, it's Grant. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Aaron Ripkowski. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
6 up, 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On 2nd and 10, Murray, and he fires one incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a give, right side, Grant. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
A toss play. Here's Pirine. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Mike. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
319. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a carry for Pirine. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second down at the 29-yard line.
No. 319. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Throwing on second down. Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. No. Inside.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
They'll run it here with P-Ryan. He finds an opening past the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
158. Get your swarm
On 1st down, Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Shaq Lawson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
319. I'm coming.
From the gun, Rodgers. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They go back to Grant. Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Corey Grant 73 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw is Rodgers. Now P. Ryan is stripped of the football, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant, and he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13.
Cardinal 1st down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Grant. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Arizona. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers setting up the screen to Pirine. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Get 300. Get 300. 43 is the mic.
Now Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
319. Know your job. 319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And This time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Green 18. Hey,
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
They toss to P-Ryan. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 21-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Packers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Cardinals on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's Grant. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Here's Sam Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And maybe some indecision on what to do, and they're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they? Yeah, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning. They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow. So for the Cards, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.